Okay, let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. First thing we're going to need is supplies. Now, we've got a lot of stuff to do. We've got to take off the monocoat. We need to balsa itself. It soaks in a lot of resin, so we need to seal that balsa so it doesn't absorb all the fiberglass. We're going to fiberglass this thing with a polyacrylic sanding sealer. What this is going to do is you're going to put this on that unfinished wood. You want everything to evaporate. You don't want it to soak in. So this stuff dries very quickly. You put a couple of these coats on, you sand, get a nice finish, and then you can start. Fiberglass. Really important. What you want to do, go onto eBay and go find this stuff. In 6-foot sections, that's going to allow me to do a complete wing in one strip. That's what you want. This is 3/4 ounce fiberglass. Again, 3/4 ounce, not 2 ounce. I'm not going to use epoxy to put this on, believe it or not. I'm using a water-based polyacrylic. What this stuff is, this Minimax polyacrylic, this is probably the easiest stuff to work with. Why? Because it cleans with water. You don't need distilled alcohol. It's not sticky. You can clean out your brushes. This stuff's awesome to put on. We'll be talking about that later. What's great about this polyacrylic, 80% of this evaporates. It's water-based. This plane's not going to weigh anything when it's done. If I'm lucky, I'm going to add not even a pound to this plane. Microlight body filler. This took a while for me to find, but I did find it. I found it at Napa. Napa Auto Body Parts has this. Part number is 6370. It comes with a hardener. This is probably the best lightweight body filler you can get. Polyester brush. It's real simple. There's nothing to it. Get yourself some Squeegees. Here's 3 ply. Now, I built surfboards for 15 years. I use polyesters and epoxy resins. I never knew about this stuff. I know about it now, and you're going to see me use it for the first time ever. I got onto forums. I could not believe what I was seeing come out of this. 2 different types of epoxies, 2-part mix, 50-50, easy. You don't have to measure them perfectly. It hardens. It's okay. 1 30-minute epoxy, 1 set of 15-minute epoxy. Little tube of spot putty, really important. It's simple. It's not a 2-part mix. You can just open it up, put it on where you need, spread it out. Simple. Takes care of all the little pinholes. Now, with all of this, because with our polyacrylic, we've got to use the brushes and we've got to use the fiberglass. With our sanding sealer, really important stuff. That's going to be the first part. You've got to sand it before you do anything. So what do you got to do? Get yourself some of these sponge sanding blocks. Now this is light, medium, heavy, and heavy. Let's get some 180 sandpaper. This sandpaper works. It's easy. Everyone knows how to use it. That's why we have sanding blocks too, and 1 sanding block. Really important, tape. You're going to need tape. Blue tape, it's the best. Painter's tape, it pulls off, it comes on, easy to use. And a primer. There's Krylon primer, white, it's your choice, it doesn't matter. There's Bondo Easy Finish primer. It's really up to you. They both work. It's a primer. You basically put it on, you sand it off. You're sanding most of this stuff off anyways. It's just to fill and give you a good surface to work with. Up to you. Again, it's your preference here. Last but not least, one of the things warbirds have are panel lines. Panel lines can be done so many different ways, but this is what I've found. And this is called Chart Pack tape. This is a graphic tape. You have to find this online. That's where you get it. What do you do with this? When you get that plain fiberglass and finish and you have a smooth surface, you're going to lay down this tape. This tape is a 32nd of an inch thin. It is so thin. You're going to lay out your lines with this tape. You're going to take your primer. And I like this primer. This primer you can lay on fairly thick. It lays on nicely. This is the Bondo Primer. And you put a couple good thick coats over that tape. Then you're going to sand everything down. You're going to sand, especially where the tape is, down to the tape, pull the tape off, and you're going to have an incredible line. That panel line, it'll be so thin, but you will have panel lines, and you just can't mess up. Even you could do it, even I can do it. So Chart Pack graphics tape, this is 1/36 inch. You got to find this stuff online. It's $5 per roll. You get on that roll about 100 feet. It's pretty good. So that's what you need. We're going to get started. We got to take off that monocoat. We've got a brand new plane waiting to be stripped. I cannot wait, and see you later.